Tonight, see what truly exists inside the world of the paranormal. Inside. Join the discussion and review some of the best paranormal evidence captures from a wide variety of experienced and up-and-coming investigators. See and hear what they capture, where they captured it, and how they captured it. Right now on Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence. We are us.
Yeah, that's half apologetic.
Hello.
Hey, if you guys showed up again this week, you are a glutton for punishment. Talking to our audience, not us.
It applies to us. No one's exempt.
No one's exempt. So how is everybody doing?
Yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. You guys just saw each other yesterday. Why don't you update the audience on what you guys did?
We were in the Rathman presences yesterday. And the day before that.
And Saturday and Friday.
No, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, I just said them in reverse.
Yes.
But they started. Had nowhere to go.
Yes. It was a fantastic weekend. We had pajama blowouts. And
Yeah, we saw the pictures. I was like, wait a minute.
That's wrong pajama.
Let me tell you what happened. This is what happened. So we were sitting there and Cherie is doing her thing and I look and behind her pajamas where her butt is this huge hole.
and her butt.
It's huge. Cherie. Yeah.
I told you guys
walking around like that and digging through her suitcase, and we're all like,
Sorry, it's all right. It's just Ron and Lourdes. They can see my tushy.
What did she say? Go ahead. Tell them what she said. It was so funny, her reaction.
Sort of said there's a hole in the back of your pajama. Then she felt it. She went, "Oh my God, what the fuck?" She goes, "What the fuck?"
I was heating up my food, our leftover food from that night. So I bent. Of course, the microwave is a little bit low. And that pajama, by the way, it's brand new. I just bought that last week, a couple of weeks ago when we went to Pennsylvania for Gettysburg. And then, so I wash it. For some reason, I don't know what happened. And the hole is really huge.
Chris has an answer.
Yeah.
So how many times have I told you, Cherie, not to sleep with your butt towards Tony at night?
Yep.
This is exactly what I was thinking. But right now, she can only, and has been for the last 4 weeks, she can only sleep on her back. Yeah. I'm in the clear.
He has an alibi.
He does.
Yeah. 2 of them.
A very good one.
Very good one. 2 of them. He's in the clear. He's not in the rear.
Right. It was fantastic. Alex Matsuo and her team did an amazing job putting on that first annual Paranormal Research Symposium. It brought a lot of us together, which is enough for me to, to stand behind any event. It was just cool to get together again a couple weeks later. And it was awesome. It was the second time we presented as a group. We took stuff that we thought was good and maybe worked on from the bash when we presented. And it was awesome. It was really good. It was well received. And it was a blast just being there. Then Saturday night, also love to Andy Andrews from Ghost City Tours, who opened his doors to us and any of the friends that we had or anybody who was at the event that wanted to come. And we ran Statacom from a little bit after like 9:30, let's say, for hours. And it was, and I'll let Tony describe it because Tony's face during one point in the Statacom session, I could only liken to the kid from Home Alone.
Wait, very quickly before
good reason.
Before he starts, Andy Andrews works at the Ghost City Tours. So if you guys ever are at Gettysburg and you're looking for something to do, check out Ghost City Tours. Hey, Tony.
Yeah, it was good. He did a nice job letting us in there.
Well, I can't go into detail, but we had Staticom do something, and we were always saying we don't know the boundaries yet. We don't know what Staticom fully is capable of and not capable of. We know what we've seen it do over and over and over, but we don't know where those boundaries finally hit a wall. Well, we hit a new boundary. Well, not even boundary. We hit a new level Saturday night, and it blew not only the 4 Staticom members away hearing it, but the audience just was. How are we?
Oh, I'm just posting it.
Oh, I'm like, how are we in the chat? Because somebody hacked my old account. I'm like, how are we in the chat? Anyway, and it was complete. Oh my God, what just happened? And it was that way from all of us and the audience as well. And we've got
new breakthrough.
Yeah, this was something we've never experienced before, and it was.
Are we talking Staticom 3.0?
No.
That kind of breakthrough.
What was that?
It wasn't that kind of breakthrough. It wasn't like a technical or a procedural or anything in the process. Gotcha. It was something that we experienced through it, using the way we always use it, and it was working well the whole night anyway.
Right.
But there was a pocket of time when what it was producing
was insane.
Yeah, it was concentrated on one person, and it was producing some pretty relevant stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Let's just say we come across a negative entity. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the perception.
Yeah.
That we never had.
Wouldn't.
Yeah.
We all stepped outside to take a break after that, and I've never seen. Tony and Tree were both. I think everybody was a little bit, like, visibly a little bit shaken by what had come through and like how it went down. It was wild.
Yeah,
it was.
I cannot wait to hear about it off air because I know it would be something you'd talk about if you could. So
yeah,
it would be definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just mainly trying to protect someone's personal interest and information a little bit in it, nothing to do with that, anything otherwise.
Right.
No, it's not any different than not showing private investigation evidence when you want to respect people.
Correct.
Same thing.
But Staticom delivers really, really well that night, and
it did.
That's awesome.
And so did Cherie Rathman during the lecture presentation. Cherie knocked it out of the park. She did very well.
She did. It was
my
awesome.
speech.
You did good though. That's how you start. You did.
That's how you start. That's right.
I tried. Thank you.
It was
but
good.
You guys, 3 of you are awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it. It was good. I remember I looked at Lourdes during the beginning of the presentation. I did the intro, and then the first talking point, I think we had rehearsed or gone over that. Maybe Tony would run with it. Tony starts talking and talking and talking, and I looked at her. I went, "This is freaking great!" Like, he was killing it. It was so good.
You guys did the same though. It wasn't any individual. It was all 4 of us, and people loved it. I mean, they absolutely loved it.
Yeah, we had them thinking. Hello, Michelle LeBaron.
That is fantastic.
Hello, Michelle.
Yeah.
Where is beautiful Audra?
So for everybody watching, Miss Audra, for anybody that doesn't know Audra's son Alex, my stepson, which I consider my son, he was in the Air Force, and he recently finished his stint in the Air Force. Of course, he has his degree from GCU in Phoenix. He finished his stint in the Air Force. He is now moving from Spokane, Washington. He's moving to Raleigh, North Carolina, to attend NC State. Thank you. To attend NC State for his nuclear engineering degree. So he's going to get a degree on top of his degree, and then he's going to commission back into the Navy as an officer with his nuclear engineering degree. So he is in town. This is the first time we've had him in North Carolina in 4 years. So she is in the other room spending time with her son while we're doing the broadcast. So
that's awesome.
She'll definitely be back next week, but it's definitely a reason to be out there. And
I was out last week for the same kind of thing. I was spending my son's last night with him before he went away to college. So she could not justify it more to me. I can say that. It's
Yeah.
Oh, and Ari Spence from New York, she did a lecture presentation also at Ghost City Tours that we went to earlier in the day.
Which was
I believe it was her
great.
first one.
Yeah,
it was fantastic. She did a really good job. And she came also, because as she always does, she came to support us and see ours as well. It was a really good event.
That's awesome. We were sitting here crying in our
Hey, Raul. Hey, Raul.
Yeah. We had a blast with Raul.
we did.
He's a remote control car. He came by our hotel. And he's got a remote that he can, if your car is parked too close to his, you can hit the button and it'll just back it up like a remote control car because it's partly electric. It's hybrid. And
he's driving it around in the parking lot while we're all smoking.
Yeah. That's what Anthony needed in the 5-mansion tour.
Yeah, Anthony needed a remote control.
The best part is all the tourists around the square were snapping photos thinking the car was haunted.
If we were near the square, they probably would have.
That's fun.
Wait.
Yeah, we had a blast. Raul was funny as hell, as per always.
Yeah, Rule's a good dude.
Yeah.
It was a fun time. That's and I said it before we started Satacom. You bring together the people that you care about and enjoy. That's the memory you're gonna. That's a collective consciousness is gonna get that before it gets a voice said something through a speaker. As amazing as that is.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
Speaking of amazing things,
Yeah.
we have got something special for you guys tonight.
Yes.
Now, we have got a group called the Arizona Paranormal Investigation Enthusiast, also known as AZPI. And AZPI, is, as you know, is from Arizona, 360 miles from water and standing about 3 inches from the surface of the sun in July.
There's truth there.
So this group is made up of 4 ladies. And usually I introduce the team to you guys and let them tell you about how they got into the paranormal, but there's so many of them tonight. I'm going to run through their little paranormal journey real quick from the bio before we introduce them, because then we want to find out how they became a team, because they're some really cool ladies. So the first one is Cara Cheney. I hope I said her last name correct. Cara has always had experience. Her first, when she was around 4 years old, she saw a head-shaped shadow outside of her bedroom window that was 7 feet off the ground, waking up with unexplained scratches and a cowboy shadow after she sleepwalked into a living room at 6 and woke up on the couch with it blocking the hallway back to the bedroom. She quit mentioning things to her parents because they didn't believe, although the experiences have continued throughout her entire life, and her son also seems to be following in her footsteps. Then we have Kayleigh. Kayleigh has been lucky to investigate places like the Queen Mary.
That's you.
Place, I don't want to pronounce this name wrong, the Destrahan Plantation in New Orleans. And then she's also done some stuff in Globe in Miami and Jerome. She's from Chandler. She's a paranormal investigation. She's researched independently since 2016. She's always been sensitive to energy, feel your pain, and paranormal experiences followed her throughout her entire life. Next, we have Wendy Marshall. Wendy grew up in Oregon in a 1920s farmhouse, occasionally hearing footsteps and things moving in the attic. As a teenager, she experienced footsteps coming up the stairs to a bedroom where she shared with her sister. When she went to the door, looked down, no one was there, but the footsteps still came closer to where she was. She ran and grabbed a Bible and started praying out loud, and the footsteps stopped, and then ran down the stairs in what sounded like a cane hitting the rail going down. She grew up in a religious family, but talking about ghosts or spirits was not accepted or believed. So she didn't discuss it for many years. And then the last lady we have here for you guys tonight is Jennifer Scott. Jennifer has always been interested in the paranormal, going all the way back to the 1980s with Ghostbusters. Right? That Stay Puft Marshmallow Man haunted all of us.
Indeed.
She started investigating places on her own informally, and then going public in investigation. And ultimately, these 4 ladies became AZPI. Everybody say hello to Kayleigh, Wendy, Jennifer, and Cara. Hello, ladies.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being on. So now that our audience knows how you guys got suckered into doing this and spending all your money, why don't you guys tell us how you guys became a group?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, well, I'm the founder of AZPI. I had met a neighbor close to 5 years ago who was interested in the paranormal. which I was pretty excited because I knew nobody that liked the paranormal or even wanted to talk about it. So we decided to start going on some ghost hunts and ghost tours, and that's how we met Vinny and Roger and their group from the AZPIRS. And we've kind of hung out with them pretty much the whole time. The neighbor, she's no longer in the group, but we kept AZPI going, and we've got some amazing people now.
Very cool.
Awesome.
So tell us how long you guys have been together.
So I've been part of the group since January. I met Wendy back in September and at a paranormal day in Globe, and we just clicked, and I think it was my trivia knowledge. I don't know. Paranormal trivia knowledge. And then the rest is history for us.
Kara?
I met Jennifer actually at my first experience at the Globe Jail. And I did the investigation with her, and then I ran into her again at the Paracon in Globe. And I was like, okay, I'm enjoying doing this. I mean, Elks Lodge was just amazing. And I was like thinking about it. I'm like, well, I have 2 small kids. I was like, well, maybe I can join a group, you know. And so I put in an application in July and joined in. So.
Awesome. And Kayleigh?
Yes, so I met Jennifer D at Globe Paracon, and we did together in jail. And I investigated here and there on my own with my friends and my family. So it was really cool to be able to have family there and meet Jennifer and Wendy. And we had such a great time when I saw something come up to join the team in June. That's when I joined, and I'm very excited to get.
Wow, so you guys are pretty new.
Yep.
Wow.
We've all sort of done stuff on our own and around and about. Wendy and I have done several investigations together now, and now we're just all a big team.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow. Well, I can tell you by the quality of evidence you guys brought in here, nobody would know that you're green. Awesome. That's fantastic. Well, thank you guys for being on with us.
Thank you
Thank you for having us.
You bet.
Of course.
So I'm going to share my screen on this one because this is 3 pictures.
Oh, cool. Chris, all good in pictures. What could possibly happen?
Especially when I have time to play with them.
We're still talking about pictures.
Yeah, no.
Talking about the pictures, yes. All right, now we're all about 1/4 of an inch tall on the side of the screen.
Now you're talking about me.
So why don't one of you guys tell us where this picture was taken and what was the premises behind it?
Yes, so this was at Bullion Plaza in Globe. The Bullion Plaza used to be a school for young children. Those that were of Hispanic culture or of Native culture, and they were brought there to be educated in the ways of what they wanted to teach at that time. In the room that we're at right there in the picture, that is the military room. It's now a museum, so that's typically where they have all of their military garb and all of their photos and everything. But they do also have it set up as an infirmary, because that's what they believed it used to be as. Especially as a nursery, when they did have younger kids there, they used to have children housed in that room as well. So what we were doing here was just an investigation to try to speak to one of the gentlemen that the military uniform belonged to that was in the back corner of the room, because we have had a lot of conversation with him in the past. But what we ended up getting in this photo was not a military man. Actually, the very bottom of the grid there, you can see there's 2 little kids staring right at us, and we are trying to talk to someone else. So the kids in Bullion Plaza are notorious for kind of peeking around corners, running up and down the halls, hiding from people, coming out in plain sight. But no one really gets photographed, like evidence of them. Typically, it's all being seen by yourself or being heard. Gotten EVPs before in the hallways, kids asking for their moms. But it's the first time I've ever seen a photograph from my time of investigating there, and I've been there quite a bit.
Wow.
Is that a full spectrum camera?
I'd say that. Was that a full spectrum camera, judging by the purple color of the photo?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I have one question then.
Yes.
The purple from the full spectrum, which is what full spectrum photographs in, gives that effect, and everything I'm looking at looks like a full spectrum camera, except for that guy
on the right.
Yeah. He must be standing right underneath some bright light.
Yeah,
I think he's holding an iPad or an iPhone or something. It's light.
Yep.
Okay,
That's what I thought.
okay,
Yeah.
That light's reflected up from just below the chest belly level up. Right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kayleigh, I was going to suggest if you can find the little gear wheel on the bottom. I don't know if your microphone settings by default has it the microphone volume. I don't know how they phrase it. Tony knows when it adapts, whatever, instead of just setting
it's
it.
the same thing I did for Jennifer. It's just that settings button on the bottom of the screen. Hit that, hit audio, uncheck automatically, adjust mic volume, and then slide that bar up.
Does that sound better? Is that better?
A little more.
I have it all the way.
There you go.
It's
That's
better when
good,
you're closer like that, yeah.
I felt like it was automatically adjusting because some of the stuff you said was really clear, and then it would trail off like it was like it was adapting.
So I want to show you guys something. So I took Kayleigh's picture and I contrast.
Oh wow.
So you get a little bit more of an image, of course, further away because with the contrast it distorts it going in, right? It starts to pixelate. So you get a little bit more of a form of what you guys saw and what you picked up with the Spectrum camera here underneath the crib. I'm more intrigued. Is there a man known to be in this room?
Yes, typically it's a gentleman that was a general at one point.
Any chance that's him peeking?
Oh, very.
Looks to me like you got a brow line, a nose, and an eye that's closed or blinking, coming from behind whatever's sitting here. What was sitting here?
That was, I believe there was a bench in there and then a wheelchair right beside it.
Okay.
You know, when was this building constructed? Anybody know?
I believe it was the early 30s, 1936, I believe, 35.
Well, the reason I bring that up is look at the outfit on that child.
It's like a onesie.
Yeah, like almost denim, or I mean, I can't really tell the material, but it's definitely a onesie, not anything time period as of today. It's something.
Now, I've got a question. You guys have also submitted another piece of evidence where the child says age 2. Was that at a different location?
That's a different location.
Okay.
It looks like there's an arm going over the bar. That's what I thought was interesting about that. Yeah, like if it was a disturbance just in the air and it wasn't possibly something, I don't know. I mean, I guess it could still happen, but I would think the odds would be lower. I mean, that all this fuzz that we think is something would cover the bar, but the bar seems
that's what I was just about to say.
Without that arm going over it, which is
Yeah, good point, Ron.
Yeah,
Okay, give me a minute. I have a 3-year-old throwing a tantrum right now.
And guys, if you look over here too, with all these light sources coming, it's not the dress from the dummy standing here that's missing the head, by the way. Maybe that head is what's peeking through here. So with all these light sources coming from different directions, This is definitely a shadow coming from whatever's hanging over the bar here. Because the shadow wouldn't be cast from this side with all these different light sources coming from different directions too.
Right.
It's definitely a make you think catch.
Roger, is that you in the bottom left-hand corner? I'll have to wait for him to type.
That looks like a gentleman with a beard.
Well, I can't tell. I thought maybe it was Roger. Roger wasn't there, was he?
I don't think so. I mean, it was a large group with us, but it was just, I think it was like 3 or 4 other groups and then a couple of other individual investigators there.
All right. I was just curious. Thank you.
It's definitely an intriguing photo.
Yeah.
Good catch, though.
Yes, very good catch.
Thank you.
That's a keen eye. And you guys verified and verified that there was nothing underneath the crib, correct?
Yes. So we were going through our evidence after walking through the room, and we all left the room. We all pulled out our equipment, started looking at what we had. And I took a sequence of photos, and it showed in both photos. So we went back quickly to the room, checked. There was absolutely nothing under the crib, no print on the wall behind it, nothing.
What would have been really awesome is if you took another one when you went back into the room and it wasn't there. That would have been really cool.
But yeah. Roger was. Roger under the crib. Was he 6'10"?
Yeah.
and I can tell you guys, if I was a child and this thing was my nurse, I'd be hiding under the bed too.
It's an interesting point you made, Chris. Interesting. Yeah, there's definitely something to it. The selling point for me is it does look like it could be the shape of 2 little kids. There is delineation between what would be body and clothing and head. There's a different color or shading a little bit to it.
It looks like one of them is hugging the other too. It looks
from
like
behind.
One of them is they're like this. I think.
Yeah, keep showing them that. Yes. And the arm looking like it's going over the bar, that the crib support bar, that fascinates me.
Yes. The shadow that blocks out the actual bar going all the way across actually gives you the idea that that is actually something reaching over the bar. That is fantastic.
like someone draping their arm would. Like if it's just some amorphous blob, I think it would probably just cover it's present under that whole arch.
Right.
Under the crib, but that one little thing that happens to coincide with the placement of an arm looks like an arm.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
Done. Drop it.
That's pretty cool.
I still want to know who the creepy guy is in the corner peeking out in front of you.
It's not Roger.
It's not Roger.
It's not Roger.
That is really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
We lost Wendy. Let's bring her back.
We did?
Yeah, there we go.
Here she is.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the picture. So let me stop sharing that.
Great capture, guys.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, when you get that many moments of discussion out of a photo, there's something to be discussed.
Yes, definitely. We loves the photos. I love the photos too.
Roger says, I may haunt the chat 4 days before the show. William Plaza.
That's fair and true.
Todd's got a very good point there.
It's a very good point. Yeah.
It is a very good point.
Very well could be.
Well, and you know what? Because that was caught in the red spectrum of light, also the purple would definitely enhance with the little bit of red the purple has in it. It would definitely enhance anything that you probably wouldn't have caught, and it would have washed out in the red light.
Yeah, I mean the ultraviolet light is literally all spectrums of light. It's called let's see. Wait, not ultraviolet. It's full spectrum. I'm sorry.
Full spectrum. Right.
Full spectrum camera is full spectrum, meaning the full spectrum of light sources. So it captures them all. They always show up in that purple hue.
They do.
But could that be because some of the equipment was also giving off a similar color? Could that have enhanced the images that we were looking at? Yeah, it could have.
You know what? You just made me think of something. Let's go back to that picture real quick. Sorry, guys. Takes me a second. So Todd actually makes a really good point.
Team Coco.
Team Coco. So with all those different spectrums of light being shot through the full spectrum, these accented lighting coming from down here, coming from the backside, would actually, yeah, you're right. It would not only accent something that was there, but it wash out any shadows that would prevent you from capturing it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
You guys speak a lot better than I do. You guys know what I mean. That's why we make such a great team. You know what I mean. I just don't come out right.
Yeah, and even if you look at the very bottom, it's that one red light that's shooting off to the left there, right? The one below that or two below that.
Yeah, there's
Those
two
are one
here.
further down, right? That's closer to the purple color that the figures appear to be.
Right. So if you go to a metaphysical side of this and think that this is like a mist or an apparition or a shadow type figure, maybe, or even an energy with all those different directions of light hitting it, possibly made it enhanced it to a point where you could catch it on the camera, where in a normal camera it would have washed out and not been there.
And look at the color match compared to the thing to the left that you know is a physical mannequin.
Right. This one and this one.
But that one's white. Like the color, the bluish tone to the two children's shadow underneath, and that mannequin to the far left is very, very comparable. Like if I was swatching paint, that would be a match to me.
Right.
Right. And that beam of light that looks like it's coming from the sensor we can't see seems to be more of that color than the other one showing on like the nose, which is more of the pinkish purple color.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's actually, if you look at the mannequins too, they actually have more of a dense appearance than what's crouched under here. So if this was physically something under it, it would have the more dense appearance like these do in the photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild. You know.
Yeah.
Something that's physically represented in that photo has a comparable image to something that is, let's say, I don't want to say metaphysically, but not physically, yet still represented in that photo. There's a color match. That's intriguing.
So Roger just said, brighten and contrast it, Chris. There you go. I already did that.
Yeah, that's wild.
What's really wild is if you look at the contrasting actually washes out this dummy here, and whatever's down here, it gives it a little bit more form. To where in the picture with the red, let me side by side it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's much more visible.
Yeah, so with the contrasting, the definition of the figures here are definitely more pronounced, to where this washes out, to where in the red spectrum it doesn't here.
Right.
So very interesting, especially when you start playing with it.
Yeah.
All right. Great photo, guys.
Yeah.
Whatever you believe it to be or not be, it's not easy to explain. It's really,
that's right.
Really interesting.
Very interesting. They've got some more great stuff. You guys want to see it?
Yeah.
Of course.
So we're going to play it and then talk about it. This one is called Kayleigh Bullion Plaza 1223. Here we go.
Can you tell us your name?
Maybe something behind you, Kayleigh.
it went away. But it was like behind your legs. Can you show yourself to us?
Interesting.
Definitely interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The best part about Go ahead, guys.
I was just saying, did you have any other devices registering anything? Did anybody feel anything in the place where that thing was? Something to correlate with what you had on the SLS.
Yeah. So at that time, what we were doing was in that room, it was directly attached to the military. In that room, we were chasing the old spot moving throughout the room. And there's also been room to get SLS footage of a figure crawling around, typically whenever they see that cold spot with the any kind of thermometer or thermoregulator, anything like that. And then we also had our K2 meters out, and they were spiking consistent spot.
Okay.
That is awesome.
That's great. What?
All right, we will jump into the next one. So, guys, this is the great thing about when 4 people come together. There's different tools that they use. Kayleigh showed us her SLS and her pictures that she captured. Now we move into some other stuff where they've actually caught. You're going to see these guys showing like a spirit box communication, and then they also have some video, some REM pod stuff. It's really cool. So here we go. This is Wendy. Hello.
Do you remember my name?
You heard it.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, definitely. And then in between the sweeps too, it wasn't constant. It wasn't something you could tell that it wasn't a station being picked up on the sweeps or anything like that. It was in between the sweeps, and it was clear enough. And you could tell by the rapidness of the sweep that the sweep was going too fast to pick anything up. So that was cool.
Yeah, it was a moderately fast sweep, but there was no audible broadcast for a vast majority of that thing until that moment. You didn't hear the radio between.
Right.
She sounded sweet, by the way. Didn't she sound? The voice sounded sweet. Hello, Wendy. Yeah.
And what location was that at again? I know you said it.
That's at my house.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh wow.
At your house?
Yeah.
They better know who you are. What I think is awesome is AZ Pie has the honey tone. We don't need no damn Frank's box. We got a honey tone. This is where the ladies are at.
We have a honey tone too.
That's a good little amplifier. Yeah, that's a good little amp.
It is.
Those mini portals, they work really good.
And they're easy to move around.
Yeah.
So here is another clip from Wendy's house, because I can tell the counter is the same. So here we go.
Yep. I just want to confirm you can hear me. My name is Wendy. Can you repeat my name? Thank you. Thank you.
All right, 2 things. I'm gonna want to hear that again.
Right, that's what I was gonna say.
And that was even more than Joey Tribbiani from Friends. But how you doing? It was like Wendy.
I was going to say, that guy not only knew it was your house, but he was excited to see Wendy.
That was really cool.
That was awesome. Let's listen to that again. Here, yeah, look at Todd. That wasn't creepy. Wendy.
No, there was like with Tony, right? The laundry list. What you can tell what when you get a voice, all the characteristics of it were there.
Exactly, especially emotional state.
And I would say when you're sleeping at night, Wendy, be careful. You might end up with a hole in your pajamas like Cherie did.
That's true, and then it'll feel windy. That's really cool, though. I love when you can get voice characteristics from it that tell you something more than just some like electronic sounding word.
Right.
And that was really, it did have a creepiness to it.
It did. He was enjoying himself. Let's listen to it again.
I just want to confirm you can hear me. My name is Wendy. Can you repeat my name? Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna be walking around saying that now for weeks.
Wendy.
I like it. That made my day. That's really, really cool. It has characteristics and tone to it. It's not just a word that happened to also name the person asking the question.
No, there's emotion behind that.
Wendy.
Yeah, that could have been Beetlejuice. Could have been Beetlejuice. That's awesome.
What makes it even more tricky, you caught that at home. And it's like, dude, no.
Yeah, right.
Raul Rathman's got a huge head start.
Wendy's catching up quickly tonight.
Seriously.
All right, so the next one we've got. What was that?
But Todd just
What
said.
Todd just said. There's another word there. I was trying to figure out if it was windy or something else because I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard it too. I listened for it the second time. I couldn't make it out.
Yeah.
Y'all, if Lourdes can't make it out, nobody don't.
That's where we stop and go, okay, it's not.
Yeah. We all have white flags we pull out.
All right, so here we go with Twinkle Twinkle.
Little star.
Twinkle, little star. Wow, that was really communicating. This K2's going to.
Mm-hmm.
You want us to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? We can sing that for you. And then maybe you can sing with us.
Yep.
Well,
Okay, Jen, you said it.
Alright. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
They liked it.
No, that was
They liked it.
The sun is gone. Can you finish it? Oh my god, there are actually other words to that song? There are. Yeah. Oh, you know it. Good job, Billy.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Twinkle, twinkle all the night. Oh, Dolly's singing.
Dude, yeah, that was like stinking awesome. I will tell you that right now.
So the machine that was flashing, what was that?
You beat me to it.
Those were K2 meters. One was in the crib with Dolly, and then one was on the floor with Billy. So Twinkle Twinkle was taken at Fulcher City back in June. And so it's in the schoolhouse where it's all dolls.
Okay, so were we looking at more than one K2 meter? Because there was like
Yes.
3.
Yes. So when it panned down, that was the one on the floor where Billy is. When it panned up, that was the one that was in the crib where Dolly is.
Oh, okay. Very interesting.
I just want to know who was singing and who's shooting out for America's Got Talent.
That was me singing the first half and then that was someone else singing the second half because I didn't know there were more words. So.
Well, that was my next question because I was like, hey, there's a second verse to that?
Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea.
But hey, that's actually awesome though, because we talk about intent when you're trying to investigate and trying to get response. And intent is, if a man was singing that, probably not going to get the response from a child like you're going to get from, Jennifer singing it and singing it pretty well, I would say. But yeah, your intent was there. It was soothing. You're going to get more of a child's reaction from it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was neat seeing that happening.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
So for comparison, Tony, you want to sing a few bars?
Yeah.
Sure, but I'm going to mute myself to avoid in the radio world.
All right, so this next one is Vulture City REM Pod. Here we go.
You can touch those boxes. They'll light up, and that's a good thing.
There we go. Thank you.
That's perfect. That's fun, isn't it? It lights up different colors and it makes a beepy noise. Can you do that again?
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you able to let go for just a quick moment? Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, you're having fun with all the colors now, aren't you? It's like a rainbow.
Billy, are you playing with all the buttons?
I love this.
It's fun, isn't it?
Hey, Billy, did you know there's other boxes there that will light up too? We have a box that will light up red for no, and it will light up green for yes. Can you touch one of the other boxes? Play with those too. Oh, you really like the REM pod.
Because it makes noise.
That's true.
But Billy, I'll show you the other boxes and what they do. See, this one's green for yes. See? Lights up at the top. And the red one.
Wow.
Wow, that's intense. And because I'm a grandfather now and I'm in my early 50s, I can tell you right now, I know why you guys were trying to get Billy to use another device, because Billy was driving you guys crazy at that point. Hey, Billy, quit playing with the damn beeping box and start playing with these little flashy lights, would you?
I like though when she asked him if he could stop, that it
And
literally
he did. Yeah.
that was great.
That was really good. Yeah.
Well, and then when she said you like it because it beeps, you stopped and made it beep.
Yeah.
Also a good response too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and that was in the chapel, I think, right? Right, Wendy?
The church, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Billy likes that noise. Like, okay, Billy. It's been 10 minutes. 10 minutes, Billy.
Beeping.
And that's why, as grandparents, we give the noisy toys to the children so they can take them home.
Take them home. Yeah.
Remember that time you gave me a hard time in high school? Well, here's this gift for your kid.
That's right. and a bag of high sugared candy to take with you too. It got a 10 before you got here. So this next one's going to grab Tony's attention. I'm not going to tell you the sound of it because I know Tony's going to catch it. So let's go ahead and listen to this one.
Did you just say ribeye? If you did say ribeye, can you say yes to confirm that you said that? Because I just had leftover ribeye steak a few minutes ago.
I heard it one more time because I'm going to crank my speaker a little bit. That's really soft.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes StreamYard does that. Let's go ahead and play it again. Crank it up, y'all.
Did you just say ribeye? If you did say ribeye, can you say yes to confirm that you said that? Because I just had leftover ribeye steak a few minutes ago.
Slow that down. The court reporter has a guess.
I think at the end it said, "How was it?"
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah. I think it said, "How was it?" Yeah.
That's good. Good. That was great, Lourdes. I think that's very well done. But the ribeye's clear as can be.
The ribeye, yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Timing and relevance.
And if it says, "How was it?" That's super cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
What it sounded
Wendy, you're muted. Wendy, you're muted. And Jennifer.
Chris, can you unmute him?
And I think this was in Wendy's house, so I was not there for that one.
Oh, there you go.
All I know is I'm hungry now, and ribeye sounds really good.
Yeah. See, I knew that would catch Tony's attention.
And it was crazy because I just ate one.
That's insane.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah, that is cool. That's some uncanny timing. Somebody tells you a ribeye came through the radio. You tell them you want to know when they're giving away cash because that's phenomenal luck.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then she says, "I just had it," and I heard it too, Lourdes. It sounded like, "How was it?"
Yeah, how was it? Yep. Which is fascinating.
Yeah, which is well, it's fascinating because I almost wonders if they're asking because they can't taste it anymore.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's cool. What's even more amazing, you guys look at that video. Wendy just had dinner, and those counters are so damn clean. Damn. I get yelled at in my house. I'd be like, "Did you just eat? Uh-huh. Why didn't you clean up your shit?" That is awesome.
I know. You don't have to look at me. I know.
Oh, sorry, Tony. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. All right. This next one is really, really cool, guys.
Hold 1 second, Chris.
No.
So he said, "How was your ribeye served?" When they ask me that, I say, "I want it served like how often I win an argument with my wife." He's like, "Oh, you want it rare?"
Rare and cold.
Rare, huh?
He didn't say he was always wrong. He just, how often does he win?
Correct. I'm not touching beyond that point. It's just rare.
It's just
but
rare.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Can you tell me how old you were when you died?
Yeah, clearly 11. I heard that very clear.
I heard 2 in there too at the end.
Did you?
Yeah.
The 11 stuck out to me.
Let's
Yeah.
play it again.
Let me play it again. At the end, there's like a little female child's voice that says 2. All right, here we go.
Can you tell me how old you were when you died?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's
heard-
there's three voices.
Yeah.
First one says no problem. Second one says 11. Last one says 2.
Okay, this is what I heard. The first one, it says don't ask. The third one, the second one I didn't heard, and then the third one too.
Don't ask, 2 syllables.
No, the very first one. Listen again.
Okay.
It's
Let's play that again.
It's a male voice.
It'll be rare, but let's play that one again.
You're not gonna win this one, Tony.
Steve Rogers says, "I heard don't ask." That's what I heard. The first, voice.
Okay.
All right.
He's just agreeing with you because he's afraid of you.
That's right.
That's what most of us.
Yeah.
She little, but she like a chihuahua with razor blade teeth. All right, here we go. Let's listen again.
Can you tell me how old you were when you died?
Yeah, I heard all of it.
I can't make out that first one, but I hear the 11 and the 2.
Don't ask it. Yeah, she's right.
I could hear the don't ask that time. It sounded like don't ask. 11, 2.
Yeah, so here's what I heard. I heard a male voice say, don't ask. I heard a female voice say 11. And then I heard the child say 2.
Yeah,
everybody
I heard
rare. I'll be right back. See, that made Tony leave.
Yeah, he hobbled away.
Those razor blade teeth chewed his ankle off.
Look at that. Look at that. Everyone, I win.
Which makes sense, right? If you think about it, right?
Yeah, sure he wins.
See? Look at that.
Someone says don't ask. Someone's like, don't ask. I don't want no. And the other one's saying 11 and the other one's saying 2.
Y'all see that? Cherie is so mean and so little that even the audience is scared.
I know.
That's right.
She jumps up, gets those teeth in your ankles, man, that hurts.
Is that what happened to you with the whole? You try to chase your tail and you bit in your pajamas. Oh my goodness! All right, what's the next one?
Hey, this would not be an EVPE show if we didn't get off the rails at least once.
Yeah, that was good. It was 3 different vocal responses.
Right?
Same question in a very short. That was a very short clip.
It was.
Yeah, and that's impressive to get
Pretty clear.
3 responses in a 45 seconds.
I have a question for the ladies of AZ Pod. Is this your guys' first podcast?
Yes.
No, not mine.
Okay. Well, for the rest of you, I apologize. You should have known better. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean this is awesome. I'm in Zoom meetings generally like 6-7 times a day, so this is awesome. I did warn Wendy that if I said that's a great question, that meant I got into client meeting mode. So
And thank you, Jennifer, for refreshing our day of hell at work this afternoon. No, I'm just kidding.
I had to do it. This is my last day of PTO before I go back tomorrow. So.
All right. So this last piece is magic. Here we go.
When you were alive, did you have a hobby? Was there something you liked to do? I think you said magic. Did you like to do magic?
That was good. That was clearly magic. That was great.
That's what I thought too. Okay, one more time.
Yeah, play one more time.
All right, here we go.
When you were alive, did you have a hobby? Was there something you liked to do? I think you said magic. Did you like to do magic?
That magic is clear.
Yeah.
So, Wendy, was this at home again? Because your counter's changed.
She's muted again.
Wendy, come on.
Wendy.
I'm not doing it. I don't know who's doing it.
Whoever
Yeah,
says
sometimes I'll move around to different rooms just to see if it changes, but I usually get most of my stuff in the kitchen.
Wow.
Wow.
So Wendy is one of those dedicated paranormal folk that wants to see if every house and every room in her house is haunted and she can pick up spirits. I'm just kidding.
They spirits can't go wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what room you're in. They're always around us.
Yeah.
For sure.
That is funny.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And it sounded like a female voice too. Did you guys catch that?
I wasn't sure if it was like a boy, a young boy, or a female.
Yeah.
I was feeling like young boy, like preteen boy.
Prepubescent. Yeah. Prepubescent. That would make more sense because you don't see a whole lot of females going, I like to do magic.
I used to do magic when he was little. What was your name?
Ah.
What was your name? Your magician name?
I didn't actually do magic.
As a kid, I'm saying.
Yeah, I pretended to do
You pretended. What was your name?
Great Ronaldo.
No.
Close. Rondini.
I like it.
So much better.
I love that, Randy.
I escaped from childhood.
No, you didn't.
Not really.
The great Rondini, and all I see is this young Italian Ron standing there in a purple sequin vest. With a tie.
My dad has pictures.
It's feeling a lot like Howard doing a magic show on Big Bang Theory, with the sequin tuxedo and everything.
I didn't have a costume budget. It was. I went behind a cot, hogtied, and came out escaped. That's what I did.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, but that was a great capture. And I feel like there's something else after that, but I couldn't make it out.
Yeah.
There's something there, but magic is super clear.
That reminded me of my first marriage, Ron. Thank you for bringing up that nightmare.
Oh.
I was hogtied and I ended up escaped. It's
What? I don't know where I am.
I don't know. Hi.
Hi.
Cara, Jennifer, Kayleigh, and Wendy. My apologies for putting up with us tonight, but thank you so much, guys, for being on. This is what we call shameless plugs. And so let me define shameless. You've seen how we act during the show. So there is nothing you can say or do right now that will supersede anything that we've done. This is an opportunity for you guys to tell us where you're going to be, where people can see your stuff on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you guys are at. Guys, you have got some incredible evidence that you showed tonight. We can't wait to see more from you. Tell us where everybody can find you guys.
Sure. So
Okay, Jen.
few locations. We have AZ Pie. If you look that up on Facebook, you will see us. Kara's actually wearing the shirt with our new logo on it. So if you see that logo, that is where you'll find us on Facebook. On Instagram, we are AZ_pie. And we post things through both Facebook and Instagram. We're not on YouTube yet. Maybe we will be. And then
we have a YouTube. We just don't have this stuff on it quite yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we are actually going this coming weekend to the train depot in Globe to investigate.
Oh, cool.
Very awesome. Globe is very popular for haunted stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of activity, a lot of buildings and things with some considering for Arizona of some age, which is anything over 80 years here, but things don't stick around here.
Mm-hmm.
Not like the East Coast where we were in buildings from 18?
23. Yes.
53.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the phenomenal part about East Coast. You get stuff so old that you got to dig it up to find it sometimes. And then, the interesting part about what you guys do in Arizona is some of the best and nastiest parts of the old Wild West is where you guys are at. And don't forget that at all. Don't think because it's a younger portion of the United States that there's not haunting there, because some of the towns were some of the nastiest, meanest sumbitches back in those times that just creates that energy that you guys can go out and dig up and find and catch the evidence. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking at investigating out by where the Sunset Limited crashed out here in Arlington back in 1995, and then Sundad, which is an old sanatorium. But pretty much all that's left is just the foundations. That's out here, kind of in the middle of the desert.
That's fantastic.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, once again, I want to thank you guys for being on. Once again, I want to thank our audience for showing up. Guys, our audience is never boring, and they're not going to compliment you if they don't think that you guys produce some pretty good stuff for us tonight. We've got some great people in the audience, but they'll tell you. But they're pretty fantastic people, and they loved your show tonight. Thank you guys for stopping out. Kara, Jennifer, Kayleigh, and Wendy, you guys were phenomenal. Thank you for the evidence. Thank you for being on. Go out there, get more stuff. Come on back. We'd love to have you.
We would love to be back.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, a little teaser for next week. Mrs. Colucci is back. She is feeling well. And the Colucci encounter at the Bash will be next week. My teaser last week is over, y'all. It's coming true next week, so make sure you tune in. It's a fantastic point of view investigation that happened at the Bash, spur of the moment, because of what happened to Jenny in her room. That was the most haunted room in the hotel that we all stayed at. So make sure you guys tune in next week. And remember, guys, if you want to find some magic and you want to meet Wendy, you got to go out to Arizona. You got to meet AZ Pie. You got to support what they do. But most of all, guys, you got to stay haunted. We'll see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Can you give me a name? What's your name?